Great to see everybody here. So, we're going to run through a session here, make sure you guys understand everything we're looking at. Um, Want to encourage you, if you're not already doing so, go to dtitrader.com/telegram to follow with what we're looking at this morning and welcome into our YouTube guest from dtitrader.com/YouTube. Great to see everybody here. We are going to be talking about markets. I've got a few statements to make on that. Before I make them, I want to make this disclaimer here. There is a very high degree of risk involved in trading. You and you alone will be responsible for the decisions you make, so make sure that you're taking the time to look into them before you make them. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. And let's get into some of the big news. Obviously, Iran is still an issue for this market, and the Straits of Hormuz and the effect that that has on crude oil, probably the biggest factor in that. Friday morning news. Tomorrow morning, we've got core PCE and GDP. Plus, at the end of the day, we'll be rolling over to the new contracts for futures, the June contracts, which, by the way, that is going to be using the letter code M, as in Mary, to represent the month. Key levels in the S&P, we've had these first 3 days numbers for a while now. 69.11 quarter on the top side, a month open of 68.20, and the low end number 67.1875, which is kind of a number the market's been paying a little bit of attention to, bouncing around in that area for a bit earlier today. Now let's go into the in my opinion. Tom, we're going to bring you in here. Before we do, though, I do want to say pocket puts coming to fruition this morning. Saw that in the Telegram channel. And when you see the way the market moved, certainly looks like a pretty good spot to be in. I know you're considering resetting those this afternoon. Is
Oh yeah, I'll definitely reset and check as long as the VIX futures is above 20. Go to write that down. It's a pretty simple process. The reason I take profits on these in the morning, you educate yourself over the years, and and the market has a tendency when it's in a downtrend this way to go down early before it rallies, and you get better prices. It might cost us every now and then, but we're pushing a lot of percentage points right now through these pocket puts.
Yeah, and we know on time, I think that there's two things that DTI stands on. It's control risk and pay attention to time. And in terms of time, that morning outfit, you've got those European markets. They, of course, are going to come to a close, the cash close for the European markets coming up. Uh, Typically, it would be in about 24 minutes because of the time shift. It's going to be about an hour later. But that is certainly a time where you expect the market to change, and we'll see how it changes at that point. So let's see. What else have we got to cover in terms of your opinion? Or are you pretty much set on that?
We're going to try something we used to do a long time ago. I notice I got a lot of copycats out there now on the web, but I used to do a game we called Beat the Box, and I thought we'd do it today, see what you think about it, and maybe we'll make it a regular if everybody really likes it. We'll see. It's been a long time since I've done it, but basically, you put your ticker out there, and I'll tell you what I would do with it, in my opinion. Great
All
time,
right.
in my opinion.
I'm looking forward to that. Now, today, of course, is Thursday, Monday through Friday in the month of March at 11 a.m. Eastern. We do train and trade. That's where we are right now. So, welcome in. Glad to have everybody here. Reminder that all trades in Train and Trade are tracked through T-Buzz Talk and Trade, dtitrader.com/TNT. And certainly worth following. I was looking at that channel this morning, T-Buzz Talk and Trade, and the pocket puts came out. That was a big part of it. Pivot number 67.75. The market has been below that pivot number that you put out there the entire session. So we haven't really had much confusion on what we're seeing in the market. Magic 5 stocks, SLV, GLD, NVIDIA, Micron, QQQ. I, Yeah, kind of a metals and tech focus this morning. And let's see, what else have we got? The pocket puts, and of course, join us for Trade and Trade. So we expect to have a little bit busier time, I guess, when we're resetting those. And of course, with all the beat the box sessions, we'll probably see a few things come up. Couple additional resources if you want to follow along. Tom's first book, Winning the Day Trading Game. Tom doesn't let you know too much, but he is a pretty accomplished author. I think we've sold a good number of those Winning the Day Trading Game books. And if you'd like to get your hands on the audio version just to listen in, figure out if this is for you, go ahead and click that link right there to follow along. Listen into the Winning the Day Trading Game portion of the audio book available at that link. DTI white paper booklets for those of you looking to learn a little bit more about specific subjects related to the market. Tom's YouTube page, of course, we all know about that, dtitrader.com/YouTube. Important terms to know, and the penalty tape. Good back to the basics type listening on Tom Busby's penalty tape. Calls it the penalty tape because whenever he gets a little bit off track, to bring himself back, he goes and listens to it. The Options Playbook, optionsplaybook.com, and the BNN interview from Tom Busby from quite a few years ago, just before the financial crisis. So, pretty good listen when you consider what we're seeing in the market lately. Today's topic is going to be the Seven Sisters and Beat the Box. And let me just go ahead and check in here. And I got to add something in. Hang on one second. Let me just flip back and forth. The Pocket Puts and Seven Sisters and Beat the Box. Jonathan has been updating these slides as we're moving along, and in just a few minutes, I'm going to let him take over. So, Jonathan, whenever you're ready, grab the screen. Until you do, I'm going to keep going here. Pocket puts have been a great success. Looking back, the start of the month, Tom, on March 3rd, 47%. Not bad. Not a bad return. And that's on an insurance policy, right? So if you're making money on your insurance policy, that's above and beyond. Great job on that. 47%. I'll tell you what, given the way the month of March started, I guess that's not that much of a surprise, but to have them on prior to, excellent, excellent work on that one. On March 6th, 15% booked. March 9th, 21%. And here on March 12th, already booked 14%. Looking for the next opportunity, as Tom mentioned, this afternoon. So stay tuned for that one. All
Hey,
pocket.
go back a second. I need to ask a question. How many people are taking these pocket puts? Give me a yes, and if your returns are better than that or around that, tell me you were able to do it. Larry says not yet. Frank says every day you put one. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah. So most people been around me long enough to know I only do this if the VIX gets above 20, and I try to take I try to take advantage of this for people when it happens. That's some pretty good money, though, if you think about it.
Yeah, definitely a great turn. And if you want to take advantage of the next one, make sure you join up dtitrader.com/TNT to get to that Telegram channel and see the information coming in.
Yeah. And the reason I do that, folks, I think that I have an obligation to help you make money, even when it's not a strategy bought or something that you got from me. And this makes me feel good to be able to throw that your way because I'm doing this stuff and I might as well share it with you. And it's not a program. It's just something I learned to do a long time ago. And when I learned to do it, I started sharing it with people that, usually back in those days, we called them the diamonds. And it was quite an advantage to do this. And the art of it is do it the way I do it, obviously. And the best way, like Chuck said, to follow along, plus some other great strategies, are join TNT, okay? Because it's really a nice thing. So It's nice to walk in there and you see your portfolio down. All of a sudden, you're striking down those kind of percentages. So, anyway, I know I like it for my account.
Yeah, and again, the main purpose of pocket puts is to put sort of an insurance policy on the market. So when you can make money on the insurance policy, that it's just an additional good feeling there. Good way to start out the morning. You look at the investment portfolio, you're not happy with it, but just turn over, collect that return on the pocket puts, and get ready to do it again in the afternoon. All pocket puts are traded and tracked in live trading with T-Buzz. Live trading with T-Buzz is kind of important here, Tom, because final call through the end of March, 4 live sessions each week, access through the end of March 2026. Learn and trade side by side with Tom Busby. And those sessions, by the way, start at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope you guys are able to join us for that. If you're not on that quite yet, make sure you sign up dtitrader.com/tbuzzlive. Call 904-706-3532. $99 through the end of March.
And let me just tell you, you say live trading. I guess I made a go back, getting ahead of yourself, Chuck, or at least I'm delayed when I'm talking. But if you think about it, live trading is a true evidence of how this what we're trying to teach will help grow your account. And you come to live trading when I do it. And by the way, we put the special in here. After we finish March, we won't do live trading until the start of October. We'll do it then. So quite a commitment on my part and the team's part to bring it to you. But after March, I won't do it until October. So if you want to just sample it, this is a pretty good price. Most people paid over $1,000 to be with me. And what did they get? They got 90% accuracy so far this year, and they got a bunch of money they got paid if they listened and took the trade. So that's a pretty good testament to just how good it is. Who here is in live trading? Let me ask that question. Who's in live trading? Frank says he's there. Yeah. I see a lot of the names of people making money in there because they realize that there's a lot of people out there, but I don't know if there's anything, and I look at it a little different. When I was young, I didn't think this, but being a little older, you just can't beat real life experience trading. I don't think. It just gives you such a better view. You learn from your mistakes, and you get better at it. So here's your chance. Join it. $99. But we wanted to mention that for sure.
Yeah, definitely great opportunities there. Jonathan is going to be taking over the slides right here, and he will be with us for live trading as well. So let's go ahead and I guess we're going to look at some
Did
of
y'all
those
post
charts.
a link in the chat? Because they don't realize you have to hit that link if you want to sign up.
Yeah, Adam did post the link. I was actually the reason it clicked over. I was trying to select the link, but I had it up on slideshow view. So when I clicked in to select the link, it pushed to the next slide. But Adam, a much quicker typer than I am. He got that all typed in, and Jonathan has copied and pasted it as well. So dtitrader.com/tbuzzlive to join live trading through the end of March. Okay, let's see. Jonathan, are you taking over here or should I keep going?
I'll go.
You'll go. All right, Tom.
All right, folks. The week open for the S&P was 66.85. We're down at 66.92. Not unusual to have the weekly open. This is the insight tested on a Thursday. Not unusual to see that happen. If you look at the open last night, RB1 67.69. 67, 69, 67, 43, 67, 47. My pivot number is 67.75. And if you look at this, you can see why I was I've set it up there. I didn't want you to get trapped trying to get long unless the market had some oomph to it on the early morning show. And so if you look at that, the market's come down. And I find it very interesting when you look at the E-mini, and it telegraphs it to you every day. Is this helpful? Is this helpful to see this? The reason I'm bringing it up, I had a great one-on-one with Mike. I don't know if he's here, but great one-on-one. It's a good review. This is very important to know this, okay? And for futures, that happens last night into the day. Early start, we call it, okay? Next. All right, NASDAQ futures. Let's look at it. Okay, last night it opened at 24934. The week open on the NASDAQ futures is 24435. We're at 245 right now. We're still up above that. So the odds are these NASDAQ might get a bid before we get past maybe Genesis or whatever. Current price 246.09. In other words, you're going to see by midday here whether or not after Genesis we go further down or we reverse. And that's what I'm looking forward to, get to Genesis time. And Chuck made a real key point. Time is so important to how you position yourself. But anyway, that's what you're looking at right now. So we'll see where we go from there. NASDAQ future. The Dow futures, let's just look at that. You got an opening price last night, 473.72. You know, they took a lot out of the Dow. If you just think about the Dow itself, it's come down pretty good. We're below the week open on that one. And if you look at the Dow right now, it fell about 600 points from it. So we got a pretty bad Thursday going on the Dow. Okay, a lot of people follow that Dow. Negative, right? All right, crude oil futures. Okay, crude oil's week open was 98. This is going to blow your mind with all the news you've heard, right? Crude is at current price crude 96.92. So you got a major resistance point, I think, at 98. I don't know if you remember, I said 97 was the pivot number. We're approaching it. So if it turns back down, gets negative after that up climb, that'd be good, or that'd be good, a good trade. It's really, come up off those lows. And I think that's the tension around the world, as Chuck alluded to, about the Strait of Hormuz. And I'll give you my opinion on that in a second, okay? That's crude future. All right, this is sort of interesting to me because if you look at gold futures, and you look at the fact we're a little bit below the weekly open, but it's got had a low last night of 51.69. We're currently 51.34. They got gold on the defensive right now, which is sort of surprising. I'm a little surprised about that, but they do. Genesis, again, will be very important to my analysis of gold. All right, silver futures open the week at 84. Silver still positive for the week. If you look at last night, we had an 86. open on silver futures. And if you look at it right now, it's about a 75 cents, 80 cents below that. So it's broken last night's RB1. So we got a big number there at 84. I'd say 84 and a half on silver. I'm really curious to see how that does after Genesis 2, because you're hitting into major support for gold and silver. All right, bonds opened the week at 115.26. They're below that pivot number. That's been our yearly pivot number. If you look at RB1, it opened at 114.13 and had a high of 114.16. If I look over at futures right now, it's at below that. So interest rates are under pressure because you got PCE tomorrow. And what did Chuck say? They're looking for interest rates to be a little firm right here. That's caused by the high price of crude oil. See, y'all see how crude affects a lot of different markets? I think that's important. All right, USO. Okay, the week open. Now, this is very important. Does everybody see that week open at 119.42? Crude is challenging its week open both in futures and USO. 119.42. I think it might set up for an opportunity anyway to maybe go back down. We'll see. But you got to get what you got to have happen is the price action to support that, not what I think. Okay, not what I think. Yeah, Genesis put us right on it yesterday, didn't it? Great trade. Thanks, Marge, for mentioning it. I forgot about it, but it was good. All right, the QQQ. Now, if you've been with me any time at all, I follow the QQQ about as close as I do any market through my Orion program, through my one ticker payout. I follow this, and I think if you had any of the trades I've ever given you on the QQQ, I'd probably be pushing close to 85% accuracy. I think that's pretty nice to be able to do stuff like that, on the QQ. I like the QQQ. I watch it. Today's opening on the QQQ, which is important to me, was 602.76. So let's see how it played out. Last night, RB1 was 607 to 604. At 602.55, it went below that number, which is when actually the true opening. And we're down here at 598.99. So you can see there's buying stepping in on the QQQ. Okay. That's why I take those pocket puts off. I watch it as close as I can watch anything, the QQQ. That and the NASDAQ. SPY, if you look at the SPY, open the week at 666. It's 668 negative. It wouldn't take much to get a rally above the week open. The key, though, if you focus on RB1 last night, I want you to focus on that. 675. That's probably a trigger number will get me my antennas up if we got above 675. Current price SPY is 668. All right, here's where we're going to start beat the box game, and I will give you information about what I think on this, and I'll try to stay in 45 seconds. So you got to really listen because I got a lot of stocks to go through. So what's the first stock, Jonathan? You call it out, and I'll look at it.
First one to hit the board is WNM, Waste Management. I think is what that is.
Okay.
Chart.
All right. It looks to me like Waste Management And Jonathan, since I can't see it, call out the weekly open for me. That'd help me.
Week opens
And current price.
243. Week opens 243. Current price 241.
Okay, so it's below the week open, but it's trying to turn here. If you look at it, to me, that high up there would be a trigger price, whatever that high is on Waste Management to go long.
The high was 248.
Yeah, I'd do 48.55. I would probably consider going long that stock. Okay.
248.55. Waste Management.
Yep. You should have an alert there.
The next one on the list is ASTS. Here's a daily chart of that loading in.
Okay. Okay, it's in support, that's for sure. Week open, current price.
87 is the week open, 85 current price.
Yeah, it's going to take another week on this one.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah, just keep moving. I can go faster if you call out the current and the week open, and I look at that chart.
We've already talked about USO. Let's
Yep.
move on from that. Tech Resources, TECK. Okay, week open is 48, current price 51.
Okay, it came down, made a low, trying to go higher. That formation prior to this one would be a trigger for me to get higher than that red bar up there where it started coming down. See it?
Come on, this red bar right here. These up here.
Talking about that the three, then you got the gap. See the gap?
Right here.
Yeah, that's the bar.
That high is 56 and a half.
Okay, that's where I would consider getting long that one.
56 and a half tech. Next on the board that came through was Ego. Carol, all your dividend payers that are related to gold and silver, just refer back to the actual gold and silver markets, I would say.
This is tech.
This is Tigo, Tigo. Week open 68, current price 70.
I'd go over there to that high bar that we came down from. That'd be my trigger.
My bar over here is 75 quarter.
75.55. Might take a dance. Okay.
We talked about NVIDIA yet? Here's NVIDIA. Week open 176, current price 183.
I can tell you NVIDIA is going higher, and I'm trying to figure out where to trigger in. I'd get triggered in at 186.11 on NVIDIA. 186.11, color me long. That's options and everything else. I follow this ticker very closely. 186.11.
Next one is CNQ. CNQ.
Let me just talk about NVIDIA real quick. Go back. I'm interested in that one too. But folks, there's a time to be in and there's a time to press your bet. NVIDIA, I believe, is breaking out. I gave you the all bets off number at 174. This is in the buy area, and I'm looking for opportunities to buy NVIDIA every chance I get. Does everybody understand that about NVIDIA? That's an important point. All right, go to the next one.
CNQ was the next one. And there's a daily chart of that. Week open 46, current price 48.
I like this stock. What is it?
Canadian Natural Resources.
I like it. CNQ. See if I grab my pen. Everybody see that? I'm writing it down. Where's the week open?
That's crude oil, nat gas liquids. The week opens 46, current price 48.
Yep. Okay.
Ticker symbol CNQ. Next one was SQQQ.
Oh, by the way, let me give an all bets off for that in case we did get long that one.
Okay.
Go back, if you will, to that daily.
Thank you. As fast as roadmap.
You don't have to risk very much. See that low into the cell area, and then we reverse that one there. What's that low?
44.84.
Yep. There's your all bets off number 44.40. All right, keep going, Jonathan.
SQQQ was the next one on the board.
So SQQQ is a daily trade, and this morning you could have bought it. What was its opening?
Flip it back to the intraday. The cash open was at 72.39.
Yeah, you could have bought that one for a ride. It's a daily trade. You could have done it.
And of course, that's leverage inverse to QQQ.
Yeah, this is more of a trading stock that you can buy and sell each day if you have a down movement. Okay.
The next one on the board here is AMD. Here's a daily chart. The week open is 189 and the current price is 197.
Stay away. Don't spend any money on AMD just yet. It'll have its time in the sun, but not now. Let me stop. Is this helping you me doing this? Give me a yes if this is helping me giving you a quick snapshot of opinion. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay.
The next one is RCL, Royal Caribbean Cruise.
Well, that sucker's been falling, hasn't it?
The week open is 268. It's now back below the week open, 266.
I would give this a little room until that clears up over there. I'd probably avoid it.
Avoid the cruise lines.
Yep.
Next up, Tesla. For
Let
Tesla,
me give you a little
week open-
background why I'd avoid that. You're going to have a little caution by the traveling public, even after things clear up. They will be a buy, and they burn a lot of gas, right? And so you just got to give it a little bit more time after something like this. Okay. Next one.
Next up, Tesla, week open 390, current price 397.
All right, y'all write this down. Tesla gets above 415.55. Write that number down for Tesla. 415.55. Gets above that, it should be a good 60 to 90 day run, maybe as high as 500. Okay. I'm watching it like a hawk. Okay. I guess
415.
that means I'm watching it close.
That's right. All right, alert is set on Tesla 415.55. This is Dow Chemical.
Looks good.
Week open 34.95, current price 37. Popped above it this morning.
Yeah, I like the stock. Maybe at 38.55 into that 40 to 42 range. I like it during this conflict because clearly their business is going to go up this quarter. Okay. Where am I wrong? I'm wrong if it drops, I'd say below 34.40. All right.
You'll like this one, Tom. You asked me to add this to the first 3 days list today. It's MOS.
All right, this is one I bought this morning. Go to put a 30-minute on there. I'll tell you why I bought it. Bring that down a little bit. All right, first, where did it open the week at?
26.25.
Okay, so it's obviously putting on some percentage points. It's a fertilizer play, and their business, and I didn't know this, but 90%, I guess, of fertilizers go through the Strait of Hormuz to chemicals or stuff. Anyway, but I started watching it. I bought it, and the way I did it, I probed it, then I bought some more of it. First time I ever traded it, but I was looking for fertilizer play. And I told Jonathan to add it to the books. But this stock right now is 32. And I think as long as we're in this zone of high VIX, it's going to go higher. That's the way I would use it. But where am I wrong? Well, here's where I'm wrong, okay? If you go back and take the high and low for the week, Jonathan, you have that number? High and low for the week?
Sorry, I've been muted. 32.25 is the high for the week, high for the day. That's a new 30-day high on the stock. 32.25, and the low is 25.38 for this week.
Yeah, I would probably exit this stock at my all bets off going to be 28.40. And then I'll look at it more serious this weekend and maybe have a bigger play if this thing's still going on. I like the way it trades. I like the price of it.
Since we're on fertilizers, Jim says there's one called IPI.
Okay.
There's one, IPI. And there's another, CF.
Yeah, this whole sector is stronger than garlic. Okay.
So next on the board here is a ticker symbol AGH, which I'm not sure what that is. We'll find out.
Looks to me like if it breaks that low, it's a short. What is it?
It owns and operates public golf country clubs in Florida. Never heard of it. A very low price stock, $5.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's the weekly open on?
Week open $6, current price $5.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy this stock with your money. Okay.
Next
That's
one.
pretty direct, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very direct. That's another one you wouldn't buy with our money, probably. This is 77 cents. MOBX.
Nah, below 5, I'm not touching it.
Next up, AXON. Week open is $5.65. Current price $5.02.
It's $5.
Well, let's get out of the $5 mode in our brains. This is $565 week open, $502 current price.
Wouldn't touch it. And the reason I say that, you probably got it, it rallied, and now it's coming down. It breaks that low. It's going to go down to that previous low, which is way down there. I might even consider it a put on that one. Okay. What was that symbol?
AXON. Provides
If you
public
own this,
safety
you better hedge
technology.
yourself. You want to keep it.
Can you repeat that, Tom? I think I talked
I
over.
said if somebody owns that stock, I would hedge myself by buying a put to hold on to it. If you want to hold on to it, it's better buy it out there with your money. All right.
Next one on the board is LEU. Week open for this stock was 185 and current price 210.
Looks like it's trying to break out.
This is nuclear energy, what this is.
Yeah, I like this stock. Where's that recent high?
This high right here is 217-ish, 217 right there.
You got resistance from about 217 to 22. This is one I'd put on my high watch list. I think there's some potential here. Okay.
Ticker symbol LEU was that. And the next ticker looks like VLO, another energy.
Oh, yeah. I'm avoiding, just out of general principle, I'm avoiding these oil stocks. They're very volatile, and this looks good, but you got a daily up there?
Yes, this is a daily. Yep.
Yeah, go to a weekly.
All right. Weekly's loading in here. There it is.
Yeah, this stock, I think pretty well done. It's going to come down as soon as this war's over. It's just not my cup of tea. I like the stock, Valero, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the stock. Traded it for years, but right now I'm sort of avoiding the oil sector because I don't want to get. I think the reason I'm doing that, folks, just to share it with you, I think the biggest trade of the year is shorting oil, and I'm just being real patient for that opportunity. Okay. Okay.
Next on the list, VRTX. The week open for this stock as it loads in is, let's go back to a daily chart. Week open 455.5, current price 482. This is Vertex Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. Now here's what we picked up, folks. Pharmaceuticals are going to do good business this quarter. Okay. And I think we got some move there. If you take this is a stock I'd look at. I've never traded it before, but I would definitely look at it because I do think it might be a pretty good long-term play. Maybe look at it more serious once we get out of this war.
And that was ticker symbol VRTX. Next one on the board, Tom, let me just find it, is GLW.
You know, I know this stock, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so here's my number on GLW.
You want the week open?
I got all that. 475.55. I'm gonna be going long.
147.55.
No, 470. It's GLW, right? It's 475.55.
Well, your numbers are off because the price of GLW is at 130.
Oh, GLW. Sorry, I was thinking GLD. I'm sorry. Okay, what is this?
This is GLW. The week opens 121. The current price is 130.
You'd have to take out that little short-term high there to be serious.
That high is 140-ish area.
Yeah, I'd go 145.55 on that one. Yeah, this is the one that's doing all the Apple iPhones. Long term, it's been a good one. Back when we saw it. Look over there. I want to show you something. Look over there. See it going sideways over there to the left before it broke out. On that announcement, they had all the iPhone business coming. Look at what that stock's done. Now it's correcting a little bit right now, but it's probably going to take out those highs because as long as Apple is, and they just came out with a new fold phone, Apple did. As long as their business is good, this stock's going to do well long term.
And there's a weekly chart.
Yep.
Next ticker to come through, let's see. TSM.
TSM. Anybody know what they do? I think there's a play here, folks. I've been trying to think myself where I wanted to do a play. I would probably do a play, not at this recent high, but at high 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days ago. You get about, what's that number, Jonathan, right there? 7 days back, that high bar.
361.
Let's go. I'd say 362.55 is back in play.
362.55 TSM.
Yep.
Let's see what's next. Archer Daniel Midland. ADM, ticker symbol ADM.
I used to own this stock at 10. Now, what does Archer Daniel Midland do? Anybody know? Food, agriculture. You got a lot of bumps coming in this industry. So I would say this is really going to benefit and go a lot higher. In fact, John, what was the weekly open?
67.5. Current price 73.5.
What was the daily open?
It was 71.5.
I'd say 72.55. I might take a dance with it. 72.55. In fact, I'm writing it down.
73.55. Current price 73.45, right? It opened today at 72 or 71.5 and currently is trading at 73.40.
All right. Well, I think this could be a play if Genesis is positive today. Okay.
That's ticker symbol ADM.
Okay. That's a good one. Who brought that one to us?
That was Todd. Thanks, Todd. All right, next one is BTC.
All right, this will be the last one we do. Okay. This Bitcoin.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I will tell you, I'm starting to accumulate a little Bitcoin right here. Now, again, I always like to put this disclaimer out there. I am not your expert on Bitcoin, okay? But I'll tell you to follow. My track record is better than anybody is an expert. I can promise you that. I got out at my 125 target. Y'all remember me telling you to get out at 125? Okay. So I'm starting to accumulate it again, and I will add to the probe once we get above 75.55, 75,555. But people's been with me for years know I know nothing about Bitcoin. I do know the ticker. And I think we got a big trade coming in Bitcoin after this, they call it what, the Bitcoin winter that we went through. Always is a good early play. So I think you're going to see they pass a few of those regulations. I think you're going to see this stuff start moving again. That's what I think. We'll see. All right, Jonathan, why don't we, folks, this is the beat the box game. Now, you got to tell me, you want me to do this again? Why don't you do a poll on that, Jonathan? Do a poll. See how many people here and how many people like the way we did that.
Okay, give me a moment. I'll do that.
Kevin, my book, he asked me, did I recommend anything about price action? Read that first book. It's got a lot of good stuff in there. Second book takes it further, and the third book, sort of the icing on the cake. And as you know, I think I did beat the box, Jonathan, way before you came to work with me, right?
No, I'm sure.
Yeah, I did. I used to do it a long time ago. We'll get our coordination down, trying to really make it good if they want me to do it. So why don't you, what's the poll look like? You got a poll?
Should be able to see the results now. Yeah. You see that, Todd?
No, I don't. What was it?
71 out of 81 that answered said yes, they enjoyed.
All right, the people that didn't like it, will you mind typing in there and tell me what you didn't like about it? I'm just curious. I always look to improve and bring you along, but just tell me, give me some hints what you'd like more. We covered a lot of stocks though, didn't we, Jonathan?
Yeah, I sure did. Enjoyed it.
Okay, Jonathan, let's go to the E-mini. 30-minute. We'll take it in a little closer and look at the E-mini. Everybody knows I look at the E-mini for direction. Let's see what it's saying.
E-mini, it came down and bounced off the week open a moment ago. Let's go to the 30-minute chart there, Tom, and I'll draw the week open line.
All right, what is that line? That's RB3's top right there.
67.32 is the high of RB3.
Yeah, I would say the E-mini would have to get the strength to get above 67.35 area. And then you would see NVIDIA, you would see some of these stocks start moving higher. Palantir, nobody brought it up, but Palantir's setting up today if that happens, okay? So you got a couple things going your way. Now, one thing's happened during this presentation, crude oil has got weaker, okay? So keep your eye on crude oil. We went up, Jonathan, let me give the high on crude oil. Crude oil went up to 97.19, which was the pivot number I gave everybody yesterday. And if you put crude in there for 30 minutes, we'll take a quick look. Crude.
And we're looking at crude now. Should be.
Yeah, if that turns negative, the first stop's going to be 92. Write this number down, 92. And then 89. Okay? If that happens. 92 and 89. John, I think that pretty well did that. We got any other slides to cover?
Just briefly talk about Orion like you did last night. And then we got a stream.
Yeah, last night I introduced Orion again to everybody, but this is probably, if you take everything together, I told you I like trading the QQQ. This is probably the best thing I can tell you to be part of if you like having midday direction to the end of the day. And it's a great option play on the QQQ when it sets up. It's Tuesday through Friday. But I think that people have it, can't believe I was able to put this together, but it's a go-to algorithm that sets up the afternoon for people. It's pretty sweet. So let's play that recording and see if anybody wants to get it. I'm doing a master class next week to really show you how to milk this baby, okay?
All right. So as Tom mentioned, it's called Orion Trade Alerts.
Yeah, are you in live trading, Paul? If you are, I'll cover it then. Okay.
Orion uses the DTI method to check for breakout opportunities in either direction. No bias there, long or short. And it's usually triggering something every day, if not every day, 3-4 times a week. It'll automatically alert us when that happens. So a couple trades that have gone through recently, Tom showed these last night, but here they are again. This one got in at 98, out at 124 for a 27% return. That was 28%, and that was 24%. So on average, your winner's going to pay somewhere in that 20 to 30% range from what we've set up here.
Yeah, and if you're in my one ticker payout, what I did is I took a lot of the information I used for it, which is a lot of work to deliver, and made it great for you. Where if you like, I don't know what our track record is over there, but this is going to be just as good once I do this master class, because this does all the work for you. I like that part of it. Okay, but it's pretty good, They're both great, but this is something that is sort of a sister or companion. If you like just looking up there and somebody doing the work for you and you're willing to pay for it, then join here. Join here now. Don't wait.
All right, Tom, you want to fire up that stream?
Yeah, fire it up, and I'll see everybody at Live Trading.
Thank you.